Is the NFL rigged? I had to come on and discuss this topic after another disgrace by officiating in a game involving the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's actually gotten to a point where it's almost unwatchable. This is the pulse of society, seeing so many people post about this on Facebook last night. And, really some of the things that you're seeing, it's almost an insult of your intelligence. Football has played a very important role in my life. I love the sport. I love to watch the sport. And the sport is so important for our young men because football teaches young men, the importance of working together, working together in a team, discipline, right? Sacrifice and focusing on a goal. So the sport needs to survive this. It has gotten so bad that people are getting sick of it and tuning off, and there are many different things, and it seems to always involve the Kansas City Chiefs, and we could ask, is it a coincidence or a synchronicity? A lot of people are questioning because of Taylor Swift and how, they see dollar signs and trying to get them into the Super Bowl. These are big questions that people have. I listened to David Portnoy. He's the founder of Barstool Sports, and he took a lot of the footage and broke it down, several moments from last night's game, and seeing it, and I depicted one in the thumbnail, and the person clearly passed the line, but they didn't award the Bills a first down, and there's just a lot of questioning, and for the purpose of this video, I'll even present it in a place where maybe it's not rigged, maybe it's just poor officiating, and the officiating is so bad involving these games with the Chiefs. And the NFL Competition Committee, the foundation of value, the thread that ties together the desire of everyone in the NFL to win ethically with fairness and respect. And, to have so many people question it, just the simple question it, looking like it's rigged. Well, let's say it's not rigged. Let's say it's not rigged. Well, this is the quality of the product that you're putting out there. People, the mere fact that people are questioning the game, it's also a disgrace to, many Hall of Famers, the legacy of other, NFL players and people that put their blood, sweat, and tears into this. So let's just say it's terrible officiating. The product is so bad. And, when people are seeing in recent times, it's always a question with the Kansas City Chiefs, and this is something that is bubbling up. And the question, people are looking at Taylor Swift and saying like, oh, how can this, increase revenue, if you will? The product is so bad, it will undo all of these, maybe new followers, new money of the game. But when the core of the game falls, when there are so many people, men like myself, that have watched the game, for so long, and knowing the importance of the game itself, we're seeing, a lot of deterioration of men in the modern society. Have you seen this? And when I look at the NFL, when I look at football, it's so important. It's so important for our young men to take part of this moving forward. And we've now reached a place where it's gotten so bad that many of these men might not participate. A lot of men don't watch it. And, I'm just sharing from my own experience. I watched the first game, and I kind of knew already what was going into the second game. And I watched a little bit of it, and I turned it off. And maybe that was you. Comment down below. Have you reached this place? A lot of people, most of society, and I take the pulse of society here on this channel, and seeing the outrage on Facebook and so many posts, it's really ridiculous to see some of the, examples of poor officiating. Let's just call it poor officiating. And that's where we have to look at right now. How bad has the product gotten? And, eventually it's going to get to the place where, if certain things are, geared, maybe because, whether it's Taylor Swift, a lot of people have been talking about that, because people say, well, why are they going to rig it for this particular team? And this is the underlying, feeling and vibe, but it really has gotten unwatchable. And people are questioning if it's rigged or not. Do you feel the NFL is rigged? Why don't you comment down below if you feel that or not? But in this presentation, we could just look at something and say, you know what, it's gotten so unwatchable, and it's taking away from the game. And these are things, sport is so important for our youth, but content of character, integrity, these things are in question, and all it needs to do is get into the state of being questioned. And now we have to look at our sport. Now we have to look, because are you going to look at all of the pastime people that built this pastime up? Look at them in the face. Is this a quality product? Even if it's not rigged, how bad could that officiating, and that officiating has been really bad, and more people are complaining about it. And as a person that loves the sport, it's really gotten out of control, and it's gotten unwatchable. The world is, it's been a crazy place the past few years. And sometimes even, men like myself and women, they want to sit back and they want to watch and watch the sport and kind of decompress. But what are we actually watching? And I'm here to say, even, okay, let's say it is rigged. Let's say it is, has a predetermined outcome. Many people have respect for the WWE. A lot of you know they made this change years ago, and people want to know the truth, right? If I'm watching something, when I sit down, and if it is a predetermined outcome, a lot of people, and WWE is growing like never before. If it is a predetermined outcome, then say it. But as people, when we sit down, a lot of us are questioning certain things. It's out of control. So there's multiple layers to this. Is it rigged? Is it not rigged? Is it just poor officiating? What are the next steps? How are we going to make officiating better? But it's gotten to a breaking point, and I'm seeing this right now, and I wanted to come on and talk about this as well. So what do you think? Do you think that the NFL is rigged? Or do you think that the officiating is just so bad that something needs to be done? Either way, something needs to be done, because it's really gotten to the point where it's unwatchable. And, I see the importance of the sport, and this sport needs to survive this, because it's really gotten to a point where it is so bad. So let us know, comment down below. Do you feel it's rigged? Do you feel that it needs to be fixed? And how are we moving forward with better officiating? If you're new to the channel, I'm Michael. I discuss the ascension journey, and I make it relevant for everyday life people. So let's make every aspect of the world, even sports, better, so that we could build a future. And we have to fix these things now, because the next wave of men that are going to play this sport, we have to save this sport now. It's really falling apart. And, I've seen so many people, talk about how bad it was. And I'm just sharing from my own. I turned it off, because I was like, what's even the point of watching it? So we got to wake up. We have to wake up, and we have to fix these things, because something that was so great and played a big role in my everyday life, it's kind of falling apart right now. Let's do better, people. Let's improve our everyday lives.